this situation keeps getting crazier as the trade deadline inches extremely close. New reports have dropped, revealing some very interesting insight into Rob Pelinka's trade plans surrounding Miles Turner. We're going to break down those reports as well as a brand new report that has dropped, revealing multiple Lakers updates, revealing what Rob Pelinka has in store ahead of the trade deadline, as it is very, very close. So stay tuned for all on this episode. But before we get into it, if you're a part of the percentage who aren't subscribed to the channel, place to be for daily Lakers content. Make sure to smash that subscribe button. 83% of you who are watching aren't subscribed to the channel. Your guys' support has been unbelievable. Thank you for hitting 5,000 subscribers. We're on the road now to 6,000 subscribers. So again, thank you guys for your support. But let's dive right into it. There's a ton to go over today. Now, obviously, the trade deadline is inching closer. There's a ton of reports coming out. With the trade deadline inching closer and closer, we have a lot of new reports. Now, obviously, this dropped a couple days ago, and we have new reports as well, but this is obviously from the Pacers. They may not be willing to pay Miles Turner over $30 million in his next contract, which could potentially lead to him being placed on the trade market. I've heard the rumor about Turner is about to be a UFA, and he's going to want 30 plus million. I heard from a leak source that Indiana might kind of sneaky be open to trading Miles Turner. Now, there's a few different things with this. Obviously, this report is, made its rounds. I believe we had a video on it as well. Miles Turner is a super intriguing target. And as you start to think about what the Los Angeles Lakers actually need, Miles Turner would be an incredible fit for this team. Now, what this means, though, is A, how much would it cost? And B, is Indiana really trying to trade Miles Turner? So I've seen the Miles Turner rumors. I understand the Miles Turner rumors. I'm not refuting the rumors. I just need someone to tell me what Indiana's plan at center is if they do trade Miles Turner, because their current depth chart screams don't trade Miles Turner. So with this report, obviously, Lakers fans got super excited because of the fact that, it's an obvious fact. He would be an unbelievable fit with the Los Angeles Lakers. You could have him going forward. There's been some reports about, or some, questions being asked around Lakers land. Who would you rather? Lakers Nation, who would you rather? Walker Kessler or Miles Turner? Leave down below what your thoughts are. I think for the current time being, to maximize their ability to win with this core of LeBron and AD, the answer is Miles Turner. That being said, Kessler is probably the better option going forward. So obviously we had these reports. They've died down a little bit because the real question is Indiana willing to give up Miles Turner? And if so, what would they ask for him? But this report just dropped, and it's that the Lakers are not expected to show interest in centers such as Vucevic or Jakob Poeltl on the trade market. League sources stressed over the weekend that the Lakers are not expected to join the hunt for Vucevic or Jakob Poeltl. While off suggested Lakers target Walker Kessler of the Jazz, is believed to be close to untradeable with 10 days to go. So a bunch of updates here, and a little bit unfortunate that Walker Kessler seems to be untradeable. We'll continue to provide updates as those come out, because it seems at this point that Walker Kessler would be very difficult to pry away. Now, that being said, there is some more reports coming out that you might be able to actually get him if you offer enough enough assets. And we'll dive into that in a future video, but I want to focus on the first part here. So this is from Mark Stein, a very, reputable, reliable reporter. So they're not interested in Jakob Poeltl and Nikola Vucevic. Now, this provides some interesting insight, not only on their plans, but on the Miles Turner situation as well. Because when you think about it from the perspective of the Lakers, they don't want a center that is poor defensively. Now, Jakob Poeltl, in the past, he's been viewed as one of the better defensive centers in the league. I think he's a very solid rim protector, and at times in certain areas, certain places, he's a very good, defender. But advanced analytics kind of lean towards the fact that he actually isn't quite as good of a defender as a lot of Lakers fans thought. Now, when you're thinking about Nikola Vucevic, there were some rumblings about the Lakers being interested in him, how he could maybe come off the bench. He could play the 5 while AD plays the 4, all these different things. He can stretch the floor. I just think at this point, for what the Lakers desperately need, which is defense and a backup center that actually provides rim protection, rebounding, and defense, Nikola Vucevic is just not that guy. And it's a big report. Again, it eliminates a lot of the trade targets that the Lakers actually had available, or at least what a lot of the fans thought were available for the Lakers, in specifically Vucevic. And again, Jakob Poeltl as well. He's going to be on the trade deadline or on the trade market as the Raptors are kind of, moving towards not the tank, because they've won a lot of their games, but as they're starting to move towards a new era. And I think Poeltl could have been a cool fit. He just can't space the floor. Vucevic would have been a very intriguing fit, especially regarding an offensive powerhouse starting lineup. You think about Jared Vanderbilt's back now. He can help off the bench being a point of attack defender. You have Nikola Vucevic. If you got him, he would be able to stretch the floor and be that 5 while AD plays the 4, his most comfortable, area and position there. But the Lakers aren't interested in Vucevic. Now, what this means is a few different things. We're going to dive into a Miles Turner trade in a minute here. But what this means is that With Utah being unreasonable with their Kessler request, I'd expect the Lakers' current options to be Robert Williams, Day'Ron Sharpe, Miles Turner, Knicks Claxton, and Jonas Valanciunas. Now, I don't think they're going to pursue Jonas Valanciunas. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I still think that Miles Turner, even though it is a long shot, is the most likely of the players that are huge names between Miles Turner, Nick Claxton, and Walker Kessler. And then, of course, Robert Williams and Day'Ron Sharpe. I think those are the two that we'll have future videos on as well. I think really, Robert Williams, I'm just going to say it now in this video, I'll have another video on it. I think he is the most likely to end up a Laker. But as you start to think about, Miles Turner and what these things could be, and even the depth chart for the Lakers, you have now, of course, you can add Jared Vanderbilt into here as well. But regarding the starting lineup, if you were able to throw in a Miles Turner there and then move everybody down one, it could make a ton of sense. And surrounding Miles Turner, if they're able to go out and get him, again, 15 points a game, shoots almost 40% from three, rim protects extremely well. Like, he is if you could almost pick any center in the league that is reasonable, of course, reasonable acquisition to put in the Lakers lineup, Miles Turner would be that dream fit. And that's why when this report came out that they may be willing to trade him at the deadline, it would make a ton of sense. That being said, the Pacers did, of course, trade for Pascal Siakam a couple of years ago. They have Tyrese Halliburton. They're trying to win now. So this would kind of signify not necessarily a tank, but they would have to get some assets back that would make sense for the team. Now, this writer dropped a very interesting Miles Turner trade proposal, and I want you to let me know down below if you would do this deal. So it's Miles Turner for Rui Hachimura and the 2029 top 5 protected first. And then, of course, you also send off Jalen Hood-Schifino to Toronto in order to get some matching salary going there. So this one's interesting. I would do it in a heartbeat. If it takes one first-round pick to land Miles Turner, yes, he's a UFA. I think if the Lakers would be willing to find a way to pay him the money that he wants and to extend him, that would make a ton of sense. That being said, I'm not entirely sure that this actually gets the deal done. Again, you're giving up and it's top 5 protected. So you're giving up Rui, who's been a very good starter, and some people may argue that, again, he has similar stats to Miles Turner, although they're very, very different players. Miles Turner is a rim-protecting stretch 5 who is extremely good at what he does. Rui Hachimura, a very good scorer. He can space the floor a little bit as well, but I don't know. It becomes very interesting now when you start to think about what the trade looks like, and it would be something like this. Would you give up 2 firsts for Miles Turner? No, because he is obviously a pending UFA, unless you have some sort of handshake agreement or you're very confident that he would be able to come to Toronto and maybe, come to LA and extend and have an extension there. So it's very interesting. I'm not exactly sure I'd do this deal. Things are going to start heating up surrounding Miles Turner, and I wouldn't be surprised if he does get traded. But at this point, with these new updates surrounding who the Lakers aren't interested in, Miles Turner would make a ton of sense. They are still interested in him. He would take a lot of money in order to get him, but at the same time, or a lot of assets and money. But at the same time, he is a very valuable player that would fit perfectly with this team. And again, he would possess the defensive prowess to significantly enhance the Lakers' front court and complement AD. Limited future draft capital. They have their 2029 and 2031 first-round picks. However, his impact could be significant. It would be the year to go for it. It would be a full sign from Rob Pelinka that we're trying to win this year. And honestly, I think it would maybe even propel them over the top to be one of the top teams in the West and the top teams in the league. But that'll wrap it up. Let me know down below what your thoughts are on this. A ton of things are going down right now, and we're going to keep you updated with all these news. So make sure to hit that subscribe button. Thank you guys for watching. And would you do this trade? Let us know down below. Cheers.